Hi, I'm Joan Burge, founder and CEO of Live a Big Life and Office Dynamics International. This video is one of a series on big goals, and I want to talk to you about opportunities disguised as barriers. What a lot of people consider as barriers as they're trying to achieve their goals, I consider opportunities for growth. In fact, my greatest learning experiences have been when I hit obstacles, and sometimes really big obstacles, on my way to achieving a goal. And you know what's interesting? When I've had that happen and the lessons that I learned, I never ever forgot those lessons. In fact, barriers were my greatest learning opportunities, much more so than when life was going along easily. First of all, I see barriers as a test of how badly you want something. So as you're setting out on your goal, whatever that might be, whether it's to achieve something, to go on a vacation, to own a material thing in your life, maybe your goal is to have a home, a new home, a bigger home. But as we're traveling along, as I told you in another video, we hit roadblocks, we hit barriers. So at that moment, you have a choice. You can pick up your marbles and go home, turn around, give up, and say, oh, I guess this wasn't meant to be. Or you could say, how badly do I want this? I see a barrier as a test of how badly I want something. Do I really want it that much? And if so, then I need to push forward. Do you know, in owning my business, Office Dynamics International, for 23 years, 3 times I almost closed my doors. 3 times I was struck with kind of bad luck, you might say, or bad things such as the economy. But I was committed. I was determined that I was going to continue. I was going to forge forward, and I was going to figure it out. And my business continued to grow. So again, you have a choice when you hit that roadblock, when you hit that obstacle. And if you're saying, I don't know, maybe I really don't want it that much, then you ought to give up that goal and pursue something that, you really are more passionate about. When I think about obstacles and barriers, I think of staying power, and I always think of my daughter Lauren when she ran her first half marathon race. She ran that here while she was living in Las Vegas. And when I went down to watch her, it was the first time I had ever seen anything like it. It was very exciting, watching all these dedicated runners who had trained for months and months and months run this huge race. And so I noticed, when we got down and we were at the starting areas, they were all heading out, the excitement and the energy and the enthusiasm, and they were ready to go. They had fire in them and spirit. This was also late at night. It was around 5 o'clock at night. It took place in December, and that happened to be one of the coldest nights in Las Vegas. It was very cold, and the wind was blowing, but they took off with all this energy. Well, hours passed, and then I had gone down to wait at the finish line. I was waiting for my daughter to come down and really see her cross that finish line. And I'm watching all these runners come, and as I'm watching them, they're dragging their feet. They're dragging their legs. You can just see that they're tired, but they see that finish line, and they were determined that they were going to make it. And they mustered up every bit of strength, every bit of energy to cross that finish line. They even helped each other get through that line or past that line. And I noticed as soon as they got past that line, many of them collapsed. Many of them were crying with achy legs, and I'm thinking, why would you even bother to do this? But you know what? That's what we need. We need staying power. When we set a goal, we start out with tons of energy, and we're excited, and oh yes, we're going to do it. And then as time passes and months pass and things happen, we lose that enthusiasm. So when that happens to you, I want you to picture those marathon runners. I want you to picture how they push themselves to that finish line, how they have that staying power. And you know what? You can do the same thing. You have that ability within you. Don't give up. Continue to follow through on your goals and achieve your dreams. I hope you'll watch the other videos that I have in this series of big goals. And also check out my website at joanburgeliveabiglife.com and get my book, Give Yourself Permission to Live a Big Life.